yeah, so that's it for the joint placement, the basic joint placement. And one of the things I should have done before I even started this joint placement was to delete this tail, because you saw me separate the tail, which is going to be rigged and brought in here. So I can select this and delete it. Now there's one very important thing that you probably noticed that I probably should have spoken about. This character obviously has less than the correct number of sections for a humanoid. As far as her fingers are concerned, there's supposed to be an additional knuckle in here, and that's what this last joint is for. So because she has one less for each of her digits, this one is really going to be useless, but I'm not going to delete it. I know Advanced Skeleton is going to create some drivers for this. I think it will be fine. It will operate correctly. And another thing I could have attempted to do with this last joint was to use it as the nail. But I don't want to do that either, because I do have a plan for the nails and I want to use a custom controller that allows for a lot more flexibility, because the original rig had that. You could really play around with the nails. If you look at the original rig right here, I have like this really cool control system that allows me to play around like this. And I can attempt it with a joint, but I think it'll work better if I use either a cluster or a soft mod custom control and then weight it the way I want to, because this is really just a curve controlling this, and it's weighted in a way that allows me to do this. Right, so I don't want to use the last finger section on the Advanced Skeleton rig to do that. All right, so it's just gonna sit out here, and let's hope that doesn't cause too many problems, but I think it'll be fine. Okay, so there is one more joint chain that I have to add, and that is for this pendant, or this choker of hers. It's going to be a 2-chain joint system, and it's going to be connected to the neck. However, because of one of the features I plan on giving the neck and the head, which is an IK head feature, I suspect that I might have some issues. I'm not sure yet, but I'll wait till skinning. And if I move the IK head and there's some weird offsetting happening with this pendant, I will just unparent it from the chain, keep all the controls Advanced Skeleton gives me, because Advanced Skeleton will give you extra controllers too for each control you see in the viewport. I like that it will create that and set everything up with matrix nodes, and so that I don't have to create a control system for this. So if there are any offsetting issues, I'll just unparent it from the neck and use a proximity pin to keep it here at all times. So let me just create the chain. I'm going to go into the mail window and type joint, semicolon, and hit enter. And that should create a joint at the base of the scene. And I also did forget to rename the custom joint chain I created for the neck, so I'll do that. Sorry, for the ears, so I will do that too before we end this joint placement expedition. So here, I'm going to put it here because I do want it to swivel from this top area here. It's going to be swiveling from here. And I will duplicate this, move it down. And the next part it's going to swivel from is this metallic part here. And that's pretty much it. So I'll parent this to that. I will select both of them, reduce their radius, and like I said, I will parent it to the neck, and then I will run update now. First, let me see what the current joint orientations are, and then I will run update now. And that's what Advanced Skeleton wants to do with it. I'm fine. I actually do need one more thing, and I do need to create an end joint because I want it to be skinned to this, and I know how Advanced Skeleton treats end joints. It won't skin anything to them, so it's best if I have it like this, and I should probably also rotate it a bit just for peace of mind. So I'm going to move it down to the end. Yeah, and that should be good. And let me run update now again. Okay, and everything should be good. And let me see what I named this. So I'll call this chain connector. Should be. And then probably call this heart pendant. Yeah, I'll call this one heart pendant. So let me use camel case. All right, and then as I mentioned, this is probably has a wrong naming convention, so I'm going to go in here. So I'm just going to give this ear A. Let's go with like a simple naming convention. C. E and F. And I think that's it. That's all the joints, the fingers, the jaw, everything is looking good. And we have the ears and everything is renamed. So in the next lesson, I'm going to start adding my attributes and IK labels, and then move on to setting my fatness parameter in preparation for building the advanced skeleton and adjusting its control system.